What's up, Atlanta? This is Plutocracy now. This is your hosts, Joey Hornbuckle, along with
Tez Ricklin,
Ridgemont Bolger,
Scott Brown.
All right, so we have with us. Is this a top 10 or a top 20?
I don't know how many guys you want to go through. We got the top 100, but that'll take a while. These are the top recipients for incentive programs, top corporations in Georgia.
So these are the companies getting the most corporate welfare in Georgia, right?
Yeah, these are the guys getting that $1.4 billion a year.
Top 20 sounds good.
That's 144 year dollars you're giving these corporations every year. Everyone in this state.
So how much does first place get?
You're handing this money to these job creators. First place got $78.2 million.
Wow.
Out of how much?
Out of $1.4 billion.
They got 78 million out of 1.4 billion.
Yeah, I mean, they're the top, dude. They're almost twice as much as the next on the list.
Who that is?
Man, that first
hold on,
one's
we gotta guess.
We were already talking about it.
Yeah, we have to guess.
We already talked about it. If they're
Delta?
No.
Goldman Sachs.
No.
Home Depot.
Nah.
Coca-Cola.
All right, I'm just gonna tell you, Caterpillar.
That's
no
right.
shit. No, yeah.
Yeah, they got two types of grants. They got corporate income tax credit, rebate or reduction. So, you know, basically paying less taxes or getting a tax rebate. Shit, who knows?
Well, good. I hope all that money went into my Vanguard index fund.
And even on top of that, they got a cash grant loan or loan guarantee from the state government. Total $78 million. And let's check out Caterpillar. They get $199 million per year.
Wow.
Say wow again, Joey. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I like the moment of silence before.
I mean, that's $1 billion every 5 years.
Say wow.
Wow. That's all you have to do is just stick around for 5 years.
Oh, actually, this $78 million was from 2 years.
Oh, that's from 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's a legislative
2011
session.
to 2012.
Okay.
Oh, where did the
But it wasn't all of 2012. So.
Well, where did the $199 million come from?
The $199 million was actually since 2007.
Oh, okay.
But
that is
most of it, I'm
still
guessing, was in the last. Some in 2008, a little in 2000 from Kentucky, but.
So did we guess number 2 earlier?
No, but you guys came close.
Aflac?
That's Lowe's.
Oh.
Lowe's got $40 million in 2011.
They get more than Home Depot.
Yeah. Home Depot's on the list. Well, here's the thing, though. Because, see, when you look at the raw numbers, it can be deceiving. Because the lobbyists they know politicians know, and lobbyists will make sure that they know that they're not just spending money. It's not just where they put their money in campaign contributions. It's also where they don't put it. I mean, corporations can threaten to give, hundreds of $1,000s to a candidate's opponent if they don't do, X for that, whatever that group's lobbying for. And so it's not always just what they spend. It's also what they don't spend and what they threaten to spend.
So
there's more to the game than just...
Because there's an open threat that they know that the money's there to be spent. So if you're not, as a politician who is looking to balance a budget, if you know some industry is very well organized and that would be a great revenue source, however, you know the threat exists, that they're willing to give $1 million to take you out of your seat, you're not going to go after them for revenue. You're not going to go to your public constituents and say that because the system's been rigged, the system's been bought. Just the threat of the money quelches public debate.
Are the Atlanta Falcons on the list?
No, but they're not a corporation, are they?
The NFL is a corporation.
All right, let me run down a few more. All right, so that's number 1 and 2 is Caterpillar and then Lowe's. Caterpillar, they get probably about the same amount a year, since Caterpillar's got almost $80 million in 2 years. Lowe's got $40 million in 2011.
I can check. I'm pretty sure the NFL is a tax-exempt charity. I'll check on that.
Charity.
I know the Falcons are a corporation.
What's wrong with that? I don't see that being a problem.
It's
fucking NFL.
So
I could say the same thing about fucking
organization,
video games, or it's just it's entertainment and it's tax exempt, like fucking church.
Yeah.
Like,
NFL is a church
we're
for some
holding
people.
that.
You go there on Sundays.
Yeah.
You spend more time there than you do at church.
Yeah, it's the national religion, man.
I want churches to get taxed. I want the
looks
NFL to get taxed. I want everybody to get taxed.
For real, dude. Tax the churches. All that untapped money, dude. They're sucking up all that money from all these old people who will just hand over their money to the guy with the nice hair screaming about Christ on TV with the 800 number.
Yeah.
I mean, all that money is just untaxed. These fucking charlatans, man.
Yeah, you're right.
And like, who's the guy who's got the dude some kid all drugged out and tried to have sex with him in New Zealand?
I believe you're talking about
Eddie Long?
Bishop Eddie Long, who was having sex with these people.
And this dude is untaxed. This dude pays no taxes. I mean, it's like Bank of America.
He
has the most evil people.
He has a Rolls Royce. Yeah, my daughter's mother lives next door to him, and he has a Rolls Royce.
So, you got any other inside information on Eddie Long?
He's got statues in his front yard.
I am not willing to disclose all of that information right now.
Hung out with Eddie Long.
I have never hung up with
exclusive information.
I will say this. I was briefly a member of the church.
Oh, shit.
And there were certain young men who benefited over the rest of the congregation, and I always did wonder why is this guy getting new shoes and what's going on? What's really going on? I did wonder. And I looked at oh boy, and I was jealous of these people back then. So now in hindsight, I know what's really going on. I'm like, wow.
Bishop just gave him a car, man. Why don't I get a car?
Yeah, I know, right? What the hell is going on? Why did he get a damn car? There were cars given out. There were cars and football equipment.
Shit.
Tax him.
Tax
Yeah.
Eddie
We're
Long,
talking about
dude.
corruption.
We need to start that. We need to start that campaign going.
Yeah,
Tax
man.
Eddie Long.
Man, they need to send his ass to jail. We'll get taxing him.
Speaking of corruption in Georgia and Eddie Long, I did some research back in the day when Eddie Long was all in the news, and it turned out that there were these grants given by this Office of Faith-Based Partnerships, something that George Bush started.
Mm-hmm. Senior?
George Bush, our most recent one.
W.
Most recent, yeah, W.
Uh-huh.
And so there were several people who got these $1 million grants from the Office of Faith-Based whatever, from the federal government. And guess who? When you connect the dots, guess which churches got them?
The ones
According
with the most
to a local pastor, he said, look at the churches. They're all the same churches who have gone out to support W when he said there should be a constitutional amendment against gay marriage. Those pastors stood up for George W. Bush. Those pastors got $1 million from our federal government. Thank you.
And of course, it's always
Why
the
they were
same
having
people.
sex with young men.
Thank you.
It's always
Why they? Yeah,
it's always the
Amen, brother.
homophobes who get busted having sex with dudes.
In God we trust.
It's interesting you say that. I have I'm gonna be real quick about it. You know, I attended the late Coretta Scott King's funeral through some controversy with the Secret Service and FBI and DeKalb County Police. But yeah, nonetheless, I did get into the service. And George Bush. The service was at Creflos Dollar Church, New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, and George Bush was in attendance. Both Bushes actually, and Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, and Jimmy Carter. It was correct. It was Martin Luther King's wife's funeral, so it was high profile, and it's kind of odd that now that I'm looking back at it, the King family wasn't a member or involved with the church at all, but we have the President of the United States in Georgia at this high-profile funeral, and it was held at that particular church. So it's quite interesting that you pointed that out, Scott.
Everything's political when you're a politician.
All right. But yeah, if you want to hear any more about that, you can look at the Washington Times article. Just Google Bridgman Bolger, students won't be stopped, and you can check me out. But
I like to say Eddie Long John Young's son. That's what I like to say. Where were we? Were we on some list?
Oh yeah, we're on some list of the top corporate welfare recipients.
So we're on number 3 now, right?
Yeah, number 3. You guys, it's a car company.
Kia?
Guess who? It's good
Porsche.
old American.
Oh, Ford, Chevrolet.
Toyota.
Deception.
20 million in 2012. Corporate income tax credit, rebate, or reduction. So we might be giving Toyota money. Do business in Georgia.
Wow.
Next, another car company, and you guys already guessed it, is Porsche. 14 million.
Porsche.
In 2011.
Porsche, I think they have some corporate offices up by Perimeter Mall.
They have a new facility by the airport. at the old GM facility or Ford. What is GM?
Probably where they got paid to open.
Hopeville.
Oh, really? They took over.
Yeah, they
that
took
old
over
facility?
the whole.
Oh,
Hopeville.
wow.
Yeah.
Next on the list, we got Bed Bath & Beyond.
No.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not believing this.
$12.9 million in corporate income tax credit.
What are they? What are
2011.
they even? How much? Why are we giving Bed Bath Beyond that much money? Why?
As a man, I am offended.
As hell, in the state of Georgia, Georgia men should be.
It's one
offended.
thing when you give this money to Lowe's, but by God.
Bed Bath Beyond.
Yeah, New Jersey gave him a lot of money too. That's
What's going on, Chris?
What's going on in New Jersey?
What's going on in Georgia, man? Well, we know what's going on in New Jersey, man. But all right.
Who's next?
This Bluebird Body Company. What is that?
They build buses.
Oh yeah, I knew it was familiar. That's right, those big blue buses.
I want to say Nathan Deal has a contract with them through a biodiesel company that he owns. Nathan Deal owns biodiesel plants, and he's converted a percentage of the state's school buses to biodiesel, and it is by Bluebird.
Huh.
Thank you, Nathan Deal, for going green.
He is
There
he
you go.
just turned
It's all
out to
about
be
the
kind of
green.
liberal. What's
He's
going on
such
with
a
this guy?
tree hugger.
Yeah, what's
Holy
going on with
shit.
Nathan Deal? He beer on Sunday, and now this.
Yeah,
What's going on, man?
I sold him some hemp sandals made out of recycled plastic bottles.
Oh,
The
man.
counterfeit hemp, huh?
All right, next on the list we got Checksar Networks. Anybody know what that is?
What?
Checksar.
They're like a payment company, aren't they?
I don't know.
They're like a
I'm
payroll
seriously
company.
asking you. Oh,
Look
yeah,
that
that
up.
would make sense.
Look them up.
Checksar.
Checksar?
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna look this up. I don't know. You guys talk about something. Talk more about Eddie Long.
I
Checksar
have
Networks.
never heard of Checksar.
Okay,
This is news to me.
Making critical legacy transactions.
Well, who's after Checksar?
Yeah, someone else I've never heard of either. So I figured I'd.
So basically, the companies that are doing the
know
best
what this
job at getting
company
this
does.
money are very often people we've never heard
Their
of.
website won't load either.
I wonder if that's intentional.
It has to be. Maybe some of these people are involved with some of these legislators.
Yeah, I mean, I'd never heard of Koch Industries until I heard of Koch brothers.
Right.
Okay, they're deployed across multiple platforms, including turnkey point-of-sale solutions, assisted and self-service kiosk solutions, mobile devices, and full XML integrations. The company's solutions are hosted in Tier 3 data centers, and the company operates 2 risk management centers 24/7 with almost 400 seats to assist its clients in real-time check review and risk management.
So they're one of those companies that they service other corporations.
Right.
So most people haven't heard of them.
Apparently.
Okay.
All right, next on the list is SKC Incorporated.
Yeah, that escapes me too.
All right, well, next on the list, Gulfstream.
They're a defense company.
Yeah, aerospace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got $7.5 million in 2010.
I mean, do we have to give them tax breaks though? It seems like they would do it here anyway.
I think we should give them tax breaks considering the service that they're providing us. And
What service?
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah.
think about I know that defense spending doesn't create a lot of jobs. Like it's really inefficient way of creating jobs.
But
So
it
why
creates
would
some
we give?
really good ones though.
We don't have enough wars. We just need more wars, and then
I just don't see why we're giving tax breaks to them for that. It seems like a pretty inefficient thing.
the
But
world's most
we're giving them
advanced
tax breaks
business
because
jet.
the government is their customer. So
Okay.
it's an incentive in order for them to reduce their prices. We give them a tax break.
But the military bases are already here. Like, wouldn't that be saving on transportation costs?
Hey,
to go
I
ahead
think
and
their
build
main-
in
Maybe they're
Georgia?
here because
Hey, Mike check.
Yo,
I think the main. When I say Mike check, you guys supposed to say Mike check.
Mike
Mike
check.
check.
Thank you.
You got it, Scott.
Apparently,
occupiers,
just
I'm
point
sorry.
of information right here. Point of information. Gulfstream, apparently, it looks, according to their website, I don't see any defense stuff. It looks like they just do business jets. The world's top business jet.
is that all? Oh well, no, we shouldn't be giving them nothing.
That's what I'm saying. What the hell?
Is that all? I thought they were building
I mean,
Tomahawk cruise
they look
missiles
all
or
right
something.
in the pictures, but nah, I don't see anything about that on their website.
Oh wow!
So,
I thought they built the bullets that
it's
killed
a
Bin Laden.
wholly owned subsidiary of General Dynamics.
Well, yeah, General
that-
Dynamics makes a lot of stuff for the military.
Yeah. So
maybe
yeah.
that's a source of
So,
confusion.
Of course, Gulfstream's on there. Just a couple other notables I'll run through. Got Mitsubishi gets $5 million in 2010.
Wait, only $5 million compared to the $80 million that Caterpillar got?
Yeah. That was in 2 years.
A Caterpillar is Georgia-based
that's
company.
$40 million a year. But
And
still, that's $40
Aflac,
million versus
see,
5.
Here, well, let's do a quick quick comparison here. Aflac spent in 2012 $1.6 million in Georgia, and in 2007 at least they got $4.63 million in corporate handouts.
So they got more money in handouts than they actually spent in the state.
Well, why else would they do it? It's working out for them.
Then why the hell are we doing it?
It's the question you're not supposed to ask, Bridgman.
Yeah.
And then also Home Depot's on here. $3.7 million in between 2008 to 2011.
Wow, I really would have thought they would have gotten higher. Like
That's not anything.
Well, that's
Yeah.
also, I mean,
Lowe's got 10
like
times
me and
that
Brian
much.
were saying, it's not necessarily what.
Arthur Blank spends that every Sunday.
I mean,
on
but you guys,
snacks.
hey, there's also different things that government does. Government doesn't just hand out money. They also, create regulations or, don't, uncreate regulations, according to what a particular company wants. So, they're, relaxing regulations can save a lot more money than even just being handed money by the government.
Maybe, yeah, you're right.
Which they also still are, so.
You're right.
It's not like they're not getting handed money still.
Mic check, mic check.
Mike, check.
Mike, check.
Mike,
So
check.
What's my name?
I don't remember, dude.
Something
Oh,
Get
my
'em.
God.
Yeah, some.
Tez.
Tez.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know that. I know a guy named Tez. He's really ghetto.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so here,
that's me.
here's the latest example of what some people are calling corruption and other people are calling just a good investment. And that's that, as it already is,
Isn't that always true?
Georgia gives about every 10 years $200 million to the Atlanta Falcons through the hotel tax that people who stay in our hotels pay.
Right.
And that's just given to the Falcons to help out with their stadium for repairs or whatever it's going to be.
The whole state?
And for just the Georgia Falcons. No, the tax I think is just in Atlanta actually.
Yeah, the city of Atlanta tax.
Yeah, City of Atlanta tax.
For the hotels in the surrounding area. Or is it every hotel in the city limit? Or is it just surrounding
I
area?
think it's within the city limits, but that's basically where the hotels are mostly, is within the city limits. But anyway, the Falcons say that it's going to cost $900 million to fix the Georgia Dome. It would cost $1 billion or just $100 million more to build a completely new venue that they say would be super awesome, and it would be so rock star that the NFL would want to have a Super Bowl here, and that would make Atlanta cool. And on top of that, the Arthur Blank Foundation says that they're going to invest in Vine City. So some people are saying this is just kind of corruption, because the issue that's going on here is the Falcons say because it's going to cost $100 million more to build a new stadium, they want the state to pay for it. And there's some people that are saying, why aren't we spending this money on schools? Why aren't we spending it on lowering tuition costs? Why aren't we spending it on infrastructure? Why are we instead spending it on a sports team that
we are
is
spending
already
on
here?
infrastructure. Yeah, let me explain. If we build this stadium, this state-of-the-art, retractable, open-air, dome stadium.
The road's still going to be fucked up.
Not the roads in downtown Atlanta. Not the roads in Vine City and the surrounding area. And if you live in that area, which is under advantage, your property taxes will be going up, but the value of your home will be going up also. And it will attract new industry as far as a transient guest in the hotels and the surrounding areas, because the stadium's not just going to be for football games. They're going to have conventions will come to the city. You'll have concerts. It'll be more reasons for anybody that wants to throw an event to come to Atlanta. So the $100 million that is a tenth of the total cost of this is going to pay for itself in at least 5 years, probably if not the first 3.
You know what I think would make more people come to Georgia?
What's that?
Better strip club? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, there's one.
This is going to make Magic City some millionaires in Magic City. I tell you that. You're gonna see a lot of new booties and new titties coming when that stadium gets here. I promise you that. Because the stadium is in relation to where they want to build this stadium is pretty close to where all that ass gets shook at. I shall say. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it is talked about. I know it's kind of a weird form of economics, but our strip clubs did get a lot better and more numerous after we built the World Congress Center.
Mm-hmm. And after the Olympics, that changed everything for Atlanta.
You think politicians sit around talking about what attracts strip clubs?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have to talk to
who's their number one customer.
Right now, there's a situation going on with the Cheshire Bridge area of Atlanta, and I believe it's Councilman Wong is the.
I don't think that's far from. I know.
Yeah. The Councilman Wong is the city councilman in that area, and a lot of those strip clubs and adult entertainment industries have been grandfathered in, and they're trying to revitalize that area. And a lot of people who've been there over 30 years will be having to move their businesses. But it's all in the quote unquote betterment of the neighborhood. But yeah.
By the way, Atlanta City Council got their
how
money.
nice the strip club is.
Yeah.
No, for real.
But
pay raises.
Here's a part of the issue though. Vine City is a really poor part of the city.
And how many people there rent their house as opposed to own it?
In Vine City?
Yeah, how many people?
But a lot of those
I know
people
there's a
do.
lot of apartments too.
I don't know exactly. My understanding is half of the buildings there are vacant.
Yeah, when I went through there canvassing about a year ago,
that's because a lot of those people did own their homes and they were hit hard in
the housing crisis
by foreclosures.
And now look at it. Yeah, now it's a bunch of poor people who own half the houses. The other half of the houses, the poor people got kicked out. And now it's just gonna get bought up to make a stadium, man. That's like clockwork.
You can hold out, and they have to give you. This is not a Fourth Amendment seizure type of deal where you can hold out. You don't have to sell your property until they're going to give you whatever you want for it. Everybody has a price. They'll give you $1 million for your damn one bedroom.
They'll be like, I'm moving out of the hood, and then all of a sudden it'll turn into nice new downtown Atlanta.
You're right. So those people who live close to the vicinity would be smart to keep their property. Right, that's what I would do if I lived over there. I wouldn't. You couldn't make me sell my house.
So here's the issue that is going on right now. Is Vine City's really close to the midtown and downtown areas in Atlanta that are doing really well right now in terms of redevelopment or people moving in. But the problem is you've got the World Congress Center going long ways, and then the Georgia Dome next to that, all creating a huge barrier between Vine City and the stuff that is east of that or west of that compared to the rest of the city.
You think it was almost on purpose or something?
You would almost think that it was. So tearing down the current Georgia Dome would provide for that access to the rest of the city.
But I'm understanding that they're not going to
redevelopment.
They're not going to tear down the dome. They're going to build the new stadium across from where the MARTA station is, the Vine City MARTA station, where the Morris Brown, Morris Brown has lost their accreditation, so they're not any good for academics anymore. So we might as well just tear it down and build a football stadium there. And what they're going to do with the Georgia Dome, I believe Georgia State is talking about using it for their athletic facilities.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not just use the new one for their athletic facilities? Because they only play on Saturdays and Falcons play on Sundays.
Yeah.
Seems
but
like they could just do that.
They could, but it would. If they want to build, they want their football program to actually build recognition. Georgia State football has less recognition than Stevenson High School football. You know what I'm saying?
But why would you want to headquarter that in the Georgia Dome when you could have a more awesome facility? Not only that, but it's going to cost $900 million to rebuild the Georgia Dome. I don't think that Georgia State wants to dole out that kind of cash.
Yeah, you're right. They're not going to. Back to these backdoor deals people make. There's going to be some corporate donations or with a little bit of state money and city money. And the overall majority of the cost will be coming from you all's university, but Yeah.
So do you think this is a good idea? Should we give them $100 million to build a new stadium?
I do think it's a great idea. I think it's the best idea that
You think
the Georgia General Assembly has come up with in quite a while.
I think these are some ass backwards priorities. Gonna bring in some more strip clubs.
No, I'm
So,
not necessarily,
like
not
Georgia
necessarily,
needs-
but it's just the
Scott
overall.
wants to put forward the booty to get the booty. Is that
Georgia
what I
needs
hear?
more
But
sports.
it's a small
Come on
investment
now.
for what it's going to bring in. It's going to bring in billions of dollars in the long run. Over
I
time,
haven't seen anyone saying that. I don't know about that.
and
Well,
within 10
making
years, they're going to
outlandish
bring in.
claims
I've seen $5 million in 10 years. $5 billion in 10 years. That's what I've seen.
Scott, you
Nice.
think we should do it?
No, I think there's better ways to invest that money.
There
Tez?
might be Tez. Tez is agnostic on this issue, but Tez would like to make some closing remarks.
And how I come up with this shit up in the studio.
Oh my God.
My birthday is a big booty hoe.
And that's it.
Cut his
you.
mic.
Thank you, Atlanta.
Cut his mic.
Oh my God. So here's my view on it. I think this is ridiculous. The New York Times did a bit of a study on this, and they showed that when a new stadium was built, and we had the tickets, same tickets for the new stadium, the price for those tickets sold at 25% higher than what it was for the old stadium. So my question aren't the Atlanta Falcons, if they build a new stadium, aren't they going to make more money anyway? If they're selling tickets 25% higher, this is a cash. This is a profitable investment for them to make. Don't come to us and ask us to pay this for you, or even ask our tourists to pay this for you, when this is a good financial deal for you, not us, but you.
Get your ass in the
Yes,
free
but
market.
that's why they're
Like
paying.
they don't need our subsidies.
That's why they're paying 90% of it. And well, they're not even paying because the NFL is paying a third, and off the bank and the Home Depot Foundation, I believe they are fitting the rest of the bill. And $100 million. I mean, it seems like a lot of money, but for what we're getting in the long run, it's not even the city of Atlanta. It's the city of Atlanta who's making the biggest burden of the tax. It's not even the state, because it's the hotel tax that's the money's coming from, right?
Yeah, but that means fewer tourists could come here because they're going to say, hey, I don't want to pay for more expensive hotels. I could go somewhere else.
Let's go somewhere else. Like where?
Here's one other thing to think about. If they're paying those taxes at the hotel, that gives them less money to spend in the rest of our city. And if we're going to tax hotels, why not have it fund something else? Like, why fund something that it already makes financial sense for the Falcons to pay for? I mean, there's lots of things that people pay for that are really nice, but it makes profitable sense for them, so we don't pay for it.
Because of this new stadium, more people are going to come into the city, and these people are going to be staying in the very hotels that's generating the profits to pay for it. You see what I'm saying? It's the circle of life.
I get what you're saying.
When we die, we become the grass. The gazelle, the gazelle eats the grass. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, why don't they pay for this when they're going to make lots of money by spending that extra money?
They're paying for most of it.
Yeah, but if they pay for that last remaining $100 million, which is what they're asking us to do, they would make more money off of that than even beforehand.
Well, that money needs to go somewhere like Jacksonville to the Jaguars, or to Charlotte to the Panthers. Atlanta is a premier elite football team, and given the performance,
winningest record in the NFL.
Given the performance they have been given in recent years, not just this year, we have been consistently a playoff caliber team. I do believe that they deserve a better palace to play this majestic game of football in. And I'm just saying that, you look what happened when Dallas built their stadium. They got a Super Bowl. When New Orleans built their stadium, they got a Super Bowl. If we build this stadium, we are going to get a Super Bowl. The last time Georgia had a Super Bowl, Ruth Chris Steakhouse profits were $1 million for the night of the Super Bowl. That's one restaurant in the city. $1 million.
I would rather spend $100 million on lowering student tuition so that my little brother and his
It's not
friends
going to
can
work
pay less
though.
money.
They're going to get the scholarships, and then colleges
How
are
is
going to jack up
how
the
is-
but
prices.
you give
This is a
colleges
bigger-
more funding, and they're able to lower tuition costs.
How you gonna
They're
get that
able
type
to,
of?
but they
That's a
don't.
smarter plan.
How you
Yeah,
gonna?
it's
How you gonna
smarter
get
for
that
us.
passed
It's not
with
smarter
this-
for them.
With this House of Representatives in the state of Georgia, how are you going to get $100 million to this? I agree with you. I would love it. If,
What they should do is
Yeah.
use it to alleviate student debt or something. That's the only way it's going to help it. Because I mean, you add it on, it's just gonna get tacked on at the price.
Yeah,
people
that's
pay.
a totally
That's
separate
what's
issue.
happened. That's what fueled the whole student debt thing anyway. It's all the scholarships, so colleges just raised their tuition because they kept getting more money and
No,
more
it's
money to
just-
finance more loans.
There's more people who are going to college than ever before because we need more jobs that deal with those kinds of things. The fastest growing sectors of employment are healthcare, business, professional stuff. So
and we have so many people that go to college for years and years. You know, let's say you go to school for political science, and a year after you graduate, you're cooking at some hotel. Let's just and making pirate radio shows.
Yeah.
oh,
And if anything, man, I just totally forgot what I was gonna say. I don't know.
This is our
Fuck it,
educational
man.
system.
Closing
Fuck
remarks. Closing remarks.
Closing remarks, dude. Georgia is one corrupt ass state. What do you guys think? It got an F. And what were these groups again?
It was,
It was I got it. Center for Public Integrity, Global Integrity, and Public Radio International. The State Integrity Investigation. Of course, Georgia came in dead last out of 50.
so basically nobody thinks they're doing a good job,
Nope. So the
Apparently
corporate
not,
states of America, $80 billion.
except for David Ralston and Nathan Deal.
yeah.
Caterpillar.
And Joe
Caterpillar's got it
Wilkinson.
nice.
That's right.
Delta.
They're doing pretty good.
$10 million in free gas. Where's my $10 million in free gas?
That's right. Delta's feeling good.
Yeah. Well,
It's on us, Georgia. Put some pressure on your elected representatives. Make some noise. Do some stuff.
noise.
We gotta end the corruption in Georgia. We're never gonna end it, but we gotta stop being
1.4
last place.
billion
Come
a
on,
year.
Georgia.
Let's at least aspire to be
1.4
49.
Aspire.
Set some reasonable goals.
Aspire to be second to
49.
last. Second to last.
We could be the second most corrupt state.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
We can do it.
Yeah. I'm not now. Just imagine, Washington D.C. wasn't included in these statistics. So if they had been, how do you think we would have ranked the state of Georgia compared to Washington D.C.?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We can't end now. We gotta talk about this shit.
We're still 50th
DC?
place.
I actually wouldn't think DC would be that corrupt because they already have so many people that want to work there because they want to be next to all the people in the federal government.
And the thing is, and
That
they got
the
all the
District of Columbia, I don't think would have to do very much to convince people to come there.
they got all the best corruption tricks.
Oh yeah?
I mean, they're the head. They're oh yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a shame. It seems like they're the ones that wouldn't need it.
You gotta remember.
No,
our
they need it.
president-
Well, I mean, in
I
DC,
love him,
you're
but
playing
he's
on the
from-
federal
he's-
level.
he's-
It's a whole different game.
Politically, he's from Chicago.
Oh,
So, you know, yeah, and,
All right.
and he's doing a damn good job playing this game he's playing. So,
All
you
right,
know,
all right,
the
all right,
Chicago
all right.
politics taught us some things.
On our way out. All right, any of you guys guess which state gives the most money to corporations per year?
New
California.
York. New York.
Nah, you guys are both wrong. New York
Texas?
gives $4 billion, but yes, Texas. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh.
$19.1 billion per year. Texas
God damn
gives.
it.
I wonder how much of it is to the oil and gas industry.
Yeah. Well,
So California, the highest populated state, is not it. It's Texas.
Texas is
yep.
like.
I mean, they
third
got
in population.
Andarco Petroleum, Tax Free Fund for Economic Development. The Texas Instruments is up there. Apple. Oh yeah, they've been doing a lot with Apple, Bank of America, J.P. Morgan Chase,
Wow.
Caterpillar, Home Depot, Fidelity Investment Services,
It's just a bonanza over there.
Samsung. Yeah,
Texas
I
has
mean,
their corrupted shit together.
Sematech.
They're getting a lot of money with that.
$759 per year per capita. That's how much corporations get. Each person on average gives almost $800 to corporations. In
Each
Texas. I'm glad I don't live in
just
Texas.
corporate welfare. Wow.
Corporate welfare, bankrupting this country. Georgia, 1.4 billion, 80.4 billion per year.
That damn-
In the
that
United
Bush shit.
States, 80.4 million per year. People's money spent, handed out to corporations, corporate welfare. These are leeches, parasites on our society. First they want free market laws enacted, all the regulations on their industries, but You know, they love that sucking on that government titty.
That's what's called plutocracy now.
Don't you like sucking titties?
Hey, man. That's all right.
All right, this is Plutocracy Now, Court of the Crimson King by King Crimson. Peace out, everybody. Until next time.
Soft grey mornings widows cry, the wise men share a joke. I run to grasp divining signs to satisfy the hoax. The yellow jester does not play, but gently pulls the strings. He smiles as the puppets dance in the court of the Crimson King.